valid. Oh boy, should I do that? My posture's bad and my arms aren't flapping right. And that was 3.5 minutes straight without really taking any breaks. Must be my COPD not acting up today. My nose is a little stuffy, and I'm really badly inflamed. I'm going to see the doctor tomorrow, so this is going to be very short and very to the point. You know, it's time, just right there. Okay, your sex is here, your gender's there. Okay, enough said. Some people's don't match. Got a problem with that? Take it down the road, Toad. Because like the medical consensus, I'm gonna read all that. I'll read all that. You know, just you got a problem with that? Keep it to yourself. Because you're wrong. There are not only two sexes. There are at least 5. And there are not only 2 genders. There are at least 4. And as far as orientations and gender roles or gender expressions, well, hey, whatever you say is valid. Okay, that's how much variety. That's how diverse the American, the human genome is. You know, but don't give me that only 2 sexes and only 2 genders shit. If you wanna argue about the morality of a particular lifestyle, fine. But if you want to start talking about the biology of sex and gender, no, take it over there. You don't like it, don't look. But as far as excuse me, I'm a heterosexual, intersex transgender intersex woman or intersex transgender woman. Okay, that's what I am. As far as mating goes, as far as casual sex, I'm what would be called a demisexual pan. It's like I don't give a fuck what you are. If you turn me on up here and you want to get naked and exchange non-essential body fluids together for a while after we turned each other on with our minds, fuck yeah, I don't care what kind of sex toy you have. I'm a little squeamish about people with a lot of ink and piercings because of my ancestry. I'm real squeamish about too much ink and piercings because of my ancestry. You folks aren't staying on this planet unless you're really good at it. There's other planets for you guys to go inhabit, and most of you are wanting to. Talking about wanting to, well, that's coming up real soon. The great sort. Everybody's gonna get to meet their gods. all gods' lives matter. Fact or fantasy? Well, ancient astronaut theory has been examined and debunked by most debunk it and dismiss it as bullshit. And just because the majority thinks it's bullshit, that don't mean it's not real. So I've been banking on that because that's the way it was taught to me as a child. I was introduced to Torah and Old Testament as being the interactions between an advanced civilization led by Yehovah and primitive people, and Yehovah was fighting off these like evil gods using the Israelites is the way it was presented to me. So I've always ridden with that, and I've always been fascinated by the findings of the archaeologists and people like Eric von Däniken and what's the guy's name? Something Campbell. Brian, I forget. It's something Campbell, and I forget. There's three or four authors from the 60s and 70s that really did a good job looking at this and laid out a convincing argument. And you can't tell me that the Aztec and Incan cultures and what's been found in Southeast, in the South Pacific, Southeast Asia, you can't tell me that those cultures developed independently of each other, or didn't develop independently of each other. These are, it's all high civilization. in different parts of the world, and all the pyramids line up and shit. It's like, tell me that there are not space traveling creatures that came and went from here in ancient times. It's just, to me, it's very clear. You know, the rainbow prophecies are, the rainbow was the sign to Noah. I don't know much about the Hindu or those guys, but the South Pacific people have the rainbow serpent, that tail, the snake eating its tail, that kind of is the caretaker of the whole ball. You know, I don't know enough about it to talk much, but the rainbow, the rainbow warriors, rainbow uprising, and all that. These have been prophesied among many different nations in different ways. The Hopi, the Cheyenne, I think I've heard it from. The Lakota have Crazy Horse saying it in the 19th century, was talking about the rainbow people uprising. The Cree, the one that the Rainbow family uses, supposedly came from a Cree medicine woman who uh, gave it to an anthropologist in the early 20th century, is where that supposedly has come from. But then the Hopi themselves, I can't quote them specifically, but they've got it. The prophecy was that they knew that there would be horrible times when the Europeans got here, and then eventually the children of the indigenous people would rise up together with the original people and defeat it. And that's where we're at. That's peacefully and prayerfully saying, fuck you. We're not going to do this. We're not going to let you make us pay you to kill us. Keep your fucking poisoned food. We don't need these fucking roads or overhead wires or any of this other happy shit. And we sure don't need to be pumping oil out of the ground and across country, messing up our living waters, when we could be like pumping live biomass through those pipes and refining that into any fuels or plastics that we need. There's nothing you can't make out of fresh biomass that is. There's nothing you can make out of petroleum products or coal or any of that you can't make from fresh biomass. And it wouldn't take much to convert the refineries to do it, or the pipelines. Got to start leaving the oil in the soil, baby. Pump water, not oil. So anyway, I'm fat and I don't have any teeth and I got really shitty vision, but I have glasses if I need them. It's just I can't see properly the computer screen with the glasses on. I can't read right with the glasses on. This, I could see the computer screen. You can see me like leaning into it and seeing it. With the glasses, it's like, I gotta be all the way out here to read the computer screen, and that's too far to be able to sight. It's like, I was nearsighted all my life, and then your vision starts going down. So it's like, okay, so the only time I really wear these is when I'm driving, or if I feel like looking at the mountains or something with them not being fuzzy. Anyway, moving right along. I wanted to focus on this. I'm getting off on a bunch of different tangents. I have, my mental states vary from. I have my bliss point, okay, and my mental state, as far as work and my work mode and just daily function, moves from bliss to annoyed about something. Something's got me having to focus on it too much, and other things not enough. Okay, I don't know what to call that yet. But then we get to overamped, and from overamped we get to zooming. And I've been like riding overamped for, I don't even want to think about how long. You can see it in my face. I'm a little sleep deprived because of the sticking fleas. I had one treatment a couple of weeks ago, but they're starting to come back around my bed and office. Tonight they're not biting me around my feet, and I've been just spraying my bed down before I get, about a half hour before I get in it. for the last few days and trying to get hold of the landlord to find out when the second treatment's coming. I got somebody on Saturday. This place is getting scrubbed down, and it'll. I hope by Saturday I should have the backyard set up for the machines to work. So that's me. This is and real things. This. I'm sorry, you people just think that's so funny. I have no friends. I have no life. My business is ridiculous. All I sell is gravel nobody wants. I got an order tonight from one of my best customers. That's $50 worth of crystals going out to Syracuse, New York tomorrow. What else? Anyway, I wanted to focus on the argument about trans women are women, trans men are men, and there's a meme going around with Meryl Streep, who makes a statement, and what it is, it's a she's a cis woman, and it's the pink feminist sign with the trans flag, and then here's this like doe-eyed thing. Why doe-eyed? I think that depends on, and then Meryl, no, that wasn't the question, and it was posted by Amber Briggle, who's like one of the moms out in front in the legislative sessions. And she wanted, can someone send this to every member of the Texas legislature, please? HB25 needs to be defeated. I don't know which one it is. Basically, they're looking at a ban from transgender athletes in the schools, and they're looking for a ban on transgender care of any kind being given to minors. So let's see what other what comments are in here, because I wasn't the first one to go. Maybe I was. Was I the first one? No. Here's the first comment. Okay, I was the second comment. It looks like the first comment was from someone who appears to be cis, from what she's saying. Do not mean to offend. Surely it's no one else's business. You are who you are, not who you were. I don't need to know, be told anything before man or woman, etc. It's the individual's right, surely, to determine how they are dressed, represented, what they're called. It really is about time others stop thinking they have the right to colonize one another. Aho mitakweasin. So mine was the second, and it's only gotten one like so far and no comments, which is cool because this has only been up for a few hours. By tomorrow morning, it went up late at night. And by tomorrow morning, people will see it when they get up. But it went up after prime time. She posted it, so it won't get much action until tomorrow morning. It's only got 7 comments, and she's got thousands of followers. So do you think we could dismiss this whole debate by accepting medical consensus that sex doesn't necessarily determine gender, that neither sex nor gender can be changed because they are both biologically determined? Neither one has anything at all to do with orientation. And some people come out cross-wired between their sex and gender. Like, oh, so pretty, witty, wise Auntie Tommy, who's on the edge of going totally bonkers from all the internalized transphobia all around me. with all these people claiming equivalent womanhood with fertile cis women, fanning the flames of the external transphobia, we're battling in the courtrooms and special legislative sessions trying to outlaw transgender minors. Gender roles are what is a matter of choice and entirely cultural constructs. GNC children and their families have the inalienable rights to self-determination and body autonomy protected by the First Amendment. To make matters worse, non-operative, non-binary trans women, commie dick girl in particular, lock horns with transsexuals, D. Price in particular. Both of them were set on me, and then they ended up fighting each other over who is the true transgender woman, completely disregarding cross-dressers and drag queens as being completely invalid, when historically the only difference between a drag queen and a transsexual is about 4 years, some hormones, and surgery. And I didn't write this there, many cross-dressers are partnered, both in heterosexual and homosexual partners. And they just, for whatever the reason, they're there. And many cross-dressers also, I have several friends who are just not able to live full-time as a woman yet. Their jobs, their family, something gets in the way of it, and they're only able to live cross-time. And these people that are arguing, they're invalid. These people are like that, they're part-time, they're just hopping on the trend, whatever. That's jive. Speaking only for myself, I am a non-binary heterosexual intersex woman. I'm not the same as a natal woman or transsexual woman. But in terms of our gendered behaviors, we are all women. And the same with trans men, and however they play it between the non-ops and the is-ops and cis-ops. Transsexual women cannot change their chromosomal sex. Do I need to repeat that? Transsexual women cannot change their chromosomal sex. They're modifying their secondary sexual characteristics to bring them into congruence with the sexual desires of their biological gender. Carolyn Cossey goes into detail about it in her book, in her autobiography. I sincerely believe that until transsexual women accept this as the biological reality, the transphobes won't stop questioning the validity of their claims, which puts the rest of us on the spot. So that's what I wanted to say, and that's 20 minutes of it. So that's cool, because my mouth and this is all in bad shape right now. So anyway, thanks for watching. Happy day. Bye.